Mr. Chancellor, Madam President, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, graduating students, it is my very great pleasure to present our honorary doctoral candidate to you this morning, Ms. Kim Pate. Since 1992, Kim Pate has served as the Executive Director of the Canadian Association of Elizabeth Fry Societies. Nationwide, the Elizabeth Fry Societies of Canada advocate and provide support for women who are or have been incarcerated. But this is just a description of her day job. She has done so much more. Kim has worked with a wide range of groups to raise awareness and to address the broader issues facing women in the correctional system. She has been a key figure in major inquiries into women in the correctional system, including the inquiry into the conditions at the prison for women in Kingston, which resulted in its closing, the Ashley Smith inquiry addressing issues of mental health and incarcerated women, and the judicial review of cases of women who had been incarcerated for killing their abusers. Throughout her distinguished career, Kim has exemplified three key values or commitments that all of us should carry as we go forward in life. The first is a commitment to lifelong learning. From 1976 to 1984, Kim did 8 years of undergraduate and legal training, earning a Bachelor of Arts in History and a Bachelor of Education from the University of Victoria, and then traveling the width of the country to earn a law degree at Dalhousie University. In 2004, she returned to formal education, pursuing a postgraduate degree in forensic mental health at James Cook University in Australia. Education has been a key tool. It has allowed Kim to develop new understandings and to find ways to create change. But there's more. She has been dedicated to educating others, to raising awareness, to stirring controversy, to encouraging debate. Second, Kim has a commitment to and a striving for social justice, and this has been the core of her professional life, working with and for those people whose voices are too often either not heard or are ignored. She has been widely recognized for this work, including receiving the Canadian Bar Association Touchstone Award in 2009 for, and I quote, her outstanding achievements in promoting equality, end quote. The Ed Nixa Isaac Human Rights in Correction Award in 2011 for her relentless courage and dedication to uphold the rule of law and defend human rights. And also in 2011, she received the Governor General's Commemorative Award commemorating the person's case. The third commitment that Kim has demonstrated is a commitment to the wider community. And this has not just been a dedication to making our communities better places, though that is what she has done, but a total engagement to work with and for others, and through the recognition that we are all connected, sharing challenges and fears, and sharing triumphs over adversity. She has been instrumental in building a connected and strong network of scholars, advocates, lawyers, frontline workers, a community that will continue to thrive and support human rights and equality long after this generation of people has retired. Mr. Chancellor, in recognition of her tireless efforts and outstanding leadership in promoting human rights for women within the justice system, I request that you confer the degree of Doctor of Laws, honoris causa, upon Kim Pate.
By virtue of my authority, I confer upon you the degree of Doctor of Laws, honoris causa. Gretchen.
Thank you. I want to start by acknowledging the beautiful traditional territory, the Algonquin Nation, the Algonquin territory, upon which we have the good fortune of enjoying this incredible day. Every day of the 30 years that I have had the privilege and responsibility of walking in, and most importantly, I have the opportunity of walking out of our youth and adult penal institutions throughout this country, I have been painfully reminded of the overrepresentation of our Indigenous peoples in our prisons. I want to thank you, Professor Kelly. I want to thank the Elder for welcoming us, Mr. Chancellor, Madam President, honored guests, graduates, and all your families. I am most grateful and humbled to have been selected to receive this distinction, and it is my profound pleasure and privilege to be here with all of you. I take this honor very, very seriously and have agonized about what I might most usefully say to all of you today. Each time my thoughts went to a young woman who, if her life had unfolded differently, I could imagine might actually be sitting here with all of you, or with another group of young people somewhere else in the country. Her name was Ashley Smith. I last saw her more than 5 years ago, locked in isolation in prison. She loved to read. She wanted to continue her education. She was only 19 when she died, watched by a number of staff, yet very much alone, naked but for a rough, ill-fitting, blanket-like security gown. Not at all the sorts of gowns we all have the privilege of wearing today. You may wonder what this has to do with you. Imagine how different your life might be if instead of attending this university for the past number of years, you had experienced what Ashley lived. Imagine if you threw crab apples at someone when you were 15. Maybe you did. Imagine that you were charged with assault. Imagine being placed on probation. Imagine being jailed for breaching your probationary conditions. Imagine being strip searched before you had ever even had the privilege or opportunity to experience a loving sexual relationship. Imagine having your wit and intelligence treated as rebellious insolence, for which you were restrained in chains or immobilized in full-body straitjacket. Imagine being left for hours in your own urine, feces, or menstrual blood. Imagine being forcibly injected, isolated, restrained, transferred 17 times in 11 months across the country, thousands of miles from your family or friends. Imagine not knowing that you had rights, that you were entitled to be treated with respect and dignity. Imagine having nothing to do for 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Imagine craving human contact so much that you might tie things around your neck and strangle yourself just to force your captors to come in and save you. Can you imagine that? I cannot. I've tried. Imagine dying that way on a cement floor in a segregation cell. Ashley dreamed of going home, of going to school, of making her mother proud of her. Imagine how different your life might have been if instead of having your natural curiosity and analytical natures nurtured, they were squelched at every opportunity. We are currently in the midst, as you've heard, of the inquest into Ashley's death. I cannot underscore the role that most of you in your chosen professions and disciplines will have in assisting us to expose not just what happened to Ashley, but what happens every day. Print, radio, television reporters, public servants, people working in and around the education and social justice and criminal justice systems have been instrumental in laying bare the details of Ashley's life and the tragic circumstances of her very preventable death. Ashley believed that the staff were not entitled to assault her and that they were required to save her life. But she did not know that she could not be stripped whenever or wherever they chose. She did not know that they could not pepper spray her, leave her naked, chained or strapped to a chair. She didn't know they couldn't duct tape her to an airplane seat. She didn't know that they were not legally entitled to forcibly inject her. She, like far too many people, did not know that her punishment was supposed to be her prison sentence. She did not understand how a prison sentence that started as a few days could be elevated to more than 6.5 years by the time she died because of her resisting the very treatment she experienced. She believed when she was told that she was the one at fault. She, like far too many people, did not know that the prison system was not entitled to punish her for her behavior that should have been recognized as symptomatic of her mental health issues, but was instead considered as just bad behavior, as an excuse to do things which are defined as torture in international law. Thanks to the courage of Ashley's family, however, as well as many others who have ensured that we are gaining access to the truth about what really happened to Ashley, this information is being exposed. Many of you will have heard yesterday in the news yet another example of this exposure when the Ontario Ombuds Office released a report revealing similar abuses and detailing them within the provincial system here in Ontario. Your efforts to expose such injustices will be similarly invaluable and vital. We rely on you, the youth, those of you who are graduating, who are coming into the field new and fresh, to highlight the truth, to remedy the injustices, and most importantly now, to work to prevent such atrocities from happening to others. I, for one, have confidence in you. Clearly, all your family and faculty do too. And I want to congratulate all of you. Today is your day. Enjoy it. Be proud. You have earned it. The only people more proud of your achievements than you are no doubt the people sitting behind you, your loved ones, your family, your friends, your supporters. For none of us achieves anything alone, and I know you all recognize how important having that love and support, social, moral, ideological, and of course financial, has been to your success. Be grateful for your privilege. Never think yourself better than any person. If you decide you will always act in a principled, caring manner, making decisions with humility, dignity, integrity, courage, you will always contribute much to not just your own personal growth and the challenges you face, but you will contribute to the lives of so many others. If we really want to have choices about how to live and contribute to our world, we need to ensure that all of us have choices. The most equal, just, and fair societies are those whose educational systems are most accessible. It is no accident that now, at the same time as we're seeing some of the most regressive and punitive social and criminal law reforms in this country, we are also seeing cuts to social services, healthcare, and education. We currently face significant challenges to ensuring that we continue to see the rule of law and equality exist in this country. We all need to work together and collaborate to promote these principles and regain the ground that we have lost. The depth and breadth of your capacity for compassion, honor, courage, and leadership will inspire great hope for a Canada that we all deserve, and for which, no matter how desperate the circumstances, we will persevere. A heart that allows you to love unconditionally, expect the best, a heart that is forever courageous and caring, will help guide your actions and thoughts so that you can be compassionate, passionate, and principled in your support and defense of others. For me, these are the cores that have allowed me to challenge bias and indifference, whether I'm kneeling on a cement floor in a segregation area, speaking to someone restrained in her prison cell through a meal slot, whether I'm getting in between an abusive man and a woman or a child he is attacking, or speaking with the far too many homeless and desperate people in the street. An open, critical, and questioning mind allows one to analyze situations and refuse to allow prejudice and discriminatory attitudes to distort and weaken ideas and actions. Keep your mind open to new possibilities. Remain forever curious, and really do strive to learn something new every single day. This has served me well when I'm faced with authorities who seem to hold and wield all the power when they refuse to act with honesty or to acknowledge wrongdoing. Thoughtful, calm analysis, combined with the courage and tenacity to persevere, bless you, will assist you to speak truth to power, even when to do so is challenging and frightening. There are many problems in the world awaiting your skilled assistance. We need brave, caring, curious graduates like you, with open eyes, open ears, open hearts, and open minds, and especially open mouths. To address the issues facing our world today, we all need to determine ways to work together with integrity and honesty, and in ways that promote collaborative effort and substantive equality. Today, the internet and social media have provided great potential for massive global awareness, engagement, and collaboration. Young people like yourselves are leading international and grassroots movements, such as the civil actions commenced by the students in Quebec over the last few years, the Occupy actions, peace rallies, and our own uniquely wonderful Indigenous Canadian Idle No More protests against the simultaneous retreat of the state and the intrusion of state control, the retreat of state protections in the intrusion of state control. Working together in a country as rich as Canada is, with a collective vision, something that we can and we should all do. We must and we will ensure that every man, every woman, and every child in this country is fed, clothed, housed, and educated so that they are able to live their lives to their full potential. Look, hear, embrace, publicize, and join such efforts. You can and will change our world. I gratefully and most humbly accept this degree on behalf of all of you who are part of the struggle. To each and every one of you, I wish you a full, loving, challenging, productive life. Thank you in advance for the many contributions you will make to your families of origin or your families of choice, to your friends, to your communities, to your work, and to our world. And thank you so very much for allowing me to be part of your special day today.